Annually, the sea level rises by a small, negligible amount, but this rise, although by about 1 centimeter or less annually, poses a great danger to many islands by drowning and disappearing from the surface of the earth. Solomon Islands, a group of about 1,000 islands, which are atolls in the South Pacific Ocean. Since 1993, the sea level has risen by about 8 millimeters, and it continues to rise, which has led to the destruction of many villages belonging to the island. And 5 atolls have disappeared since 1935 AD, and the capital of Choisul Province is only about 2 meters above the water level. According to a report published in the journal Marine Research 2016. Maldives, beautiful islands, popular with tourists, is an archipelago in the Indian Ocean, home to many lush resorts and a variety of underwater hotels. But the bad news is that the Maldives is slowly sinking into the ocean. According to the CIA, the low level of the islands makes them sensitive to sea level rise. According to forecasts, the islands will likely be completely submerged in the ocean by 2100. Palau, a paper published jointly by the Palau National Weather Service Office and the Pacific Climate Change Program, estimates sea level rise in Palau, located in the South Pacific, by about 0.35 inches per year since 1993, 3 times the global average. The water level is expected to rise to 24 inches by 2090. Micronesia. Micronesia is a country of 607 islands located southwest of Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean. Its land is filled with mountains, mangroves, lakes and beaches. Due to increasing sea levels, the country has seen many islands disappear recently, while others have significantly reduced in size due to the sea swallowing up their land. According to the Coastal Governorate newspaper, Fiji, the Fiji Islands in the Pacific Ocean are also at risk of drowning due to changes in ocean levels. Some climate reports said that over the past few years, about 15 to 20 meters of shoreline has been lost on the islands due to rising waters. And sea levels are expected to rise to 43 centimeters by 2050. DOF, remote nations in the South Pacific threatened by rising sea levels, one of the most vulnerable places on Earth to changes in sea level. Seychelles, located off the eastern coast of Africa, the islands are experiencing an unprecedented rise in water levels compared to the last 6,000 years. And the Seychelles News Agency reported that only one elevation could cover many of its low-lying islands and inhabited coastal areas, which would be a loss of 70% of its land mass. Kiribati, there is a plan to move all the inhabitants of the Central Pacific Island to a safer area due to rising sea levels. The Republic is looking to purchase land in Fiji under the name Climate Insurance for the island's residents. The island is likely to become uninhabitable by 2050. Cook Islands, it is located off New Zealand, and it and a group of other islands have been affected by rising waters. The water level is expected to rise by about 55 centimeters by 2090, which will damage roads, bridges and ports, and affect the population and tourism. French Polynesia. French Polynesia consists of many famous spa resorts such as Bora Bora, Tahiti and others. But in the years to come, it may not be an option for recreation anymore. A paper published in the journal Nature Conservation predicted that 30% of its islands will be submerged by the end of this century. Marshall Islands. Water levels in the Marshall Islands, a group of islands located mid-ocean between Hawaii and Australia, are rising by 7 millimeters per year, meaning the rise is about twice the global average. It is estimated that water levels will continue to rise by 7.5 inches by 2030, adding to the wave of storm surge and coastal flooding. Shishmarev, Alaska, this small island of just 650 residents has been slowly disappearing into the sea over the past 50 years. Local sources say the entire island will disappear in the next 20 years.